you know that's the sound of the man. Get back, working on the chain. One more.
This is Danny Draghi with another 5 blockchain games for the Blockchain Gang to give our honest opinion on 5 different categories. Those are accessibility, gameplay, game loop, tokenomics, and player base. The first game we'll be taking a look at will be Dragon War, trading the draw token on the Solana blockchain. This is a turn-based idle RPG using dragons that you raise, equip, and teach spells to battle on your behalf. Accessibility is a 3 out of 5, as signing up with an email address and password was simple enough, but I did have a few user interface errors in the process. But it is on PC and mobile, and it didn't require connecting or creating a wallet just to try it out. The tutorial was very boring and basic. The gameplay is gated by an energy system that is regenerated over time and uses a gacha system to summon dragons, items, and abilities, which can also be listed on the internal market as NFTs. The gameplay gets a 1 out of 5 as it is very clunky and tedious to play, and by play I mean click buttons and watch the gameplay itself. I would give this game loop a 1 as well, as every iteration of this type of game has been smoother and felt more rewarding and compelling for a player to play. This is just slow and lifeless, as if it was built by AI. The tokenomics reserve only 42% for the play-to-earn ecosystem, and the token and markets see very little liquidity in recent months, so I would give it a 2 out of 5 stars for the simple fact that it works, and they have also implemented NFTs in a functional manner. I would recommend, since this project costs so little to develop, to not require 58% of the entire economy for it to operate. It is hard to guess at the exact player base, but judging by the market and the 80 cents in 24-hour trading volume, I would say it is rather low and gains a score of 1. Taking all scores into account, I would give this game a 2 out of 5 for poor execution and unsustainable tokenomics. Up next on the Wemix blockchain is The First Hunter, a puzzle RPG strategy game where you raise heroes while building your city, and battle takes place using a match 3 puzzle game. Accessibility is a 5 out of 5 since it is free, requires no wallet, and you can log in with a Google account. It's also available on mobile and PC through emulators. The gameplay is slow and the inputs are delayed or incorrect at times. The gems are truly randomly generated, so it is less about your skill at solving puzzles and more about power and luck. Many aspects can be sped through by using fiat or the game's token Capto. The game is based on a Web3 comic, so maybe I would be more into it if I were familiar, but going into it blind, I would have to give the gameplay a 1 out of 5. The game loop is slightly better at a 2, as winning matches felt like a combination of rewarding and relief of not having to replay that level. The tokenomics do it a huge favor in the score department by reserving 80% for the play-to-earn rewards. Players earn merit points by playing the game, which can be used on progress or stored in the trading post to earn, based on how many other players are storing their merit points at the same time. On average, they have a concurrent player base of about 300 for a score of 1. This puts the overall score at 2 out of 5 for a lack of innovation, depth, and extremely slow pacing. For example, any modern game that uses an energy system will replenish your energy each time you level up, so you never run out of energy until the game has you hooked on playing, so that way you'll come back. I have had zero urge to come back and play this game after spending 20 minutes with it and running out of stuff to do. For the Polygon Network, we have Tower Conquest Metaverse Edition, but seeing as I was having issues getting that to work, we're going to have to move over to Ragnarok's Labyrinth instead. And just as soon as that finishes downloading, I'm sure if I try it a few dozen more times, it will. Maybe we should just move on to Galaxy of Lemuria, but seems to have a problem recognizing my email address even though my wallet's connected, and I sent the referral link and it still won't let me in. Guys, why is it so hard to get a game on the Polygon Network to fucking work? Omega Royale. Okay, we're not even going to go there. Blast Royale. I'll just load up the APK from the website onto my emulator, and are you serious right now? You You may not get why I'm so upset due to the magic of video editing, but I've spent the last 3 hours trying to get one of these stupid games to work while studying their tokenomics, and these fucking clowns can't even update the APK on their website to the latest version. Finally, I found a game that works, and I am surprised by this little game. Creating an account was easy, and I was in the game quickly. It's available on mobile and emulators, so it gets a 5 out of 5 for accessibility. It is a little idle RPG with lots of charm that reminds me of a combination of Idle Tower Defense and MapleStory. In fact, some of these mobs are dangerously close to IP infringement, if you ask me. I'm not big on this type of gameplay, but the controls are responsive, there are active skills, strategic elements, and challenging boss battles that really surprised me. I would give the gameplay a 4 out of 5. The pacing of the game felt right in place, and the music and sounds made the hits feel impactful when destroying monsters or leveling up. I would give the gameplay loop a 3 out of 5 as well, with the only downfall is that it's heavily relying on gated progression with daily quest, raids, and missions to incentivize spending. The tokenomics use a twin token model where the governance token is reserved for 40% as rewards and the utility token is only earned in-game but has an unlimited supply. For these reasons and NFT housing, which we hate here, I would rate it a 2 out of 5. It's hard to get a player count, but the regions were populated with players if that counts for anything. I would give the final score a 4 out of 5, at least until I spent a little more time with the game. On the Rana network is Pixels, a farming and crafting simulator. It was easy to create an account with your email address. It can be played on PC and mobile, so it gets a 5 out of 5 for accessibility. I was given some potberry seeds during a basic bitch tutorial, and I was able to plant and sell them at the store, where I could invest those earnings into more seeds and tools and so on. Crafting, carnival games, daily login rewards, and more farming, and you have seen just about everything there is to do in this game except walking around, of course. The gameplay itself was slow due to your movement speed. Everything I clicked on gave me the exact same feedback. A knock and a cloud of dust. This makes me feel like they really missed a chance here to make something much more charming, and I hope they keep refining it. The gameplay loop seems pretty slow in pacing, with a ton of clicking and waiting until you can click again, followed by some walking, a little more clicking, and then some waiting. This would put both the gameplay and game loop at about a 2. The tokenomics were already kind of bad with the unlimited token supply of berry, but then they recently added the requirement for a $10 a month VIP pass in order to earn, as well as a minimum cash out of 5,000 tokens. This brings the score from a 2 down to a 1, while the player base was soaring to over 50,000 daily active users, but after the VIP changes, I wouldn't be surprised if 90% of them quit playing just like in Mirror M, and I would give this score overall a 2 out of 5 stars. On the Binance Smart Chain, we have Ookeenga, a browser-based Clash Royale with NFTs. Getting started with the game was easy, but they asked me up front if I wanted to play for free or use NFTs. I wanted to see what would happen if I selected NFTs, but now I'm unable to play the game as a free player anymore. Really weird that they would make you decide before actually playing the game. Due to this and the basic tutorial, I would put the accessibility at a 3. The gameplay is just like Clash of Royale, but worse in every way you can possibly imagine. Placing troops feels bad, troop combat, troop movement, sound balancing, animations, you name it. 1 for gameplay and game loop, and let's just go ahead and make it all 1s across the board because no system of tokenomics is going to save this unoriginal clone. So 1 out of 5 overall. That is my opinion on these 5 games from 5 popular blockchains. Have you tried any of them? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe so we can do this again sometime.
Yeah, Mr. Laser.
Here it comes.
Here it comes.
You will be destroyed.
You're going
The
down.
explosion will be of extraordinary magnitude. Just hang on.
It takes a while.
Oh God, my back!